I just felt like I needed to record myself. I haven't done this in a while. I don't know if I'm gonna share this or not. But there's something quite deep and raw and alive in me right now. And I've been writing about this, I've been speaking to myself about this, but I don't know. I'm called to see myself, I think. And it's a need, a collective need that is so often misunderstood, so often neglected, and even like demonized and feared, which is the need for nuance. We exist in an universe that is dual. That's the basic principle of how the universe works. Duality. It's a law of this universe. Doesn't mean it's the highest frequency, because it isn't, and that's what this whole thing is about. We'll get there. But the universe is constructed this way. Female, male. Positive, negative. Good, bad. All this. However, and this is just me kind of like letting this flow through me. But what I feel is that the intention of the duality was never to create categorizations, if that's a word. It's not for us to put everything in a box as we do, right? It's a higher purpose than that. I'm not gonna claim that I know what this purpose is, but maybe we'll start unveiling this, okay? Maybe just as I speak this, something in you is gonna be like, oh, I know. Don't know. Now, this need that I feel for nuance, that doesn't really exist right now, collectively. And for most people, it does not exist in their physical beings at all. Like, at all. It's like, it's kind of insane. Like, when you see what I'm saying, you're gonna be shocked. It's like, there's no going back when you start seeing this. And I'm not saying by any means that I have transcended this at all, because I'm human, and you know, I'm a baby still. So, okay, let me bring whatever needs to be brought here. The thing is, nuance. Just feel the word in you, first of all. Can you even see what it is? And I'm gonna try to bring some practical examples of the lack of nuance so you can start seeing this, okay? So this is very easy to recognize in arguments. When you have an argument with someone, let's say that you are not coming from a place of I am right or wrong, which usually it's what we do, right? Right, wrong, duality, right? But let's say you're not. You're just trying to expose something that you're seeing, something that you're, you know, aware, or something that you want to bring to the conversation, but the other person is operating at a very dual thinking. So everything that you're saying that contradicts their vision, their self-identity, or their belief, or whatever, they're gonna see as a fight. They're gonna see like, oh, this is a threat, and I need to fight against it. And I need to prove I am right and you're wrong. This is very easy to recognize, right? In very small ways and very big ways. When was the last time? Probably yesterday. For me, it was yesterday. We were trying to expose something that was not from a dual place. Or it was from a dual place, and now you're recognizing that it was coming from a dual place, from a duality place. Right? I just want you to start noticing this nuance, these subtleties, because people are so attached to the extremes in everything, in absolutely everything. Macro, and I'm not gonna go into politics, but it's easy to see there, and micro inside of us as well, with ourselves as well, right? So just start bringing nuance. Because I'm just thinking, like, how deep should I go into this? It's hard. I can go deep, but I don't know if it's the time for this right now. Or if I should go into like more practical things, you know? Maybe I should bring the example of why this got triggered in me. So yesterday, I've joined this book club. We're reading The Mists of Avalon. And I thought this was gonna be such a profound experience. Because for me, this book is a fucking portal. Is so beyond duality. It's so beyond judgment. So fucking beyond. I cannot even explain what it is. If you know what I'm saying, you know. If you don't, you're probably not gonna get it. It's okay. But the person leading this, even though she claims that she's, evolved and she knows a lot, she's so stuck in duality. She's so stuck in black and white. And one of the many examples from yesterday's call, which probably is going to be my last call with them because it's just insane, was a discussion about whether this book is based on reality, like historical facts, or if it's purely fiction. And for the leader, is either one or the other. And she fights for her vision of this book is purely fiction. And there is no wiggle with her. It's just pure fiction. It's fiction, and that's fiction, and that's it, right? I brought a nuanced vision, which was not well received, by the way, at all. But that's, my own thing. Anyway, I brought up the vision of it's neither of those things. It's both and neither at the same time. What if we could see this book as a portal, as an initiation, as a calling, as a myth? And the explanation of myth that I love the most, don't know who said that, but it says that a myth is something that never existed, but it's always happening. A myth is something that never existed, but it's always happening. What does that mean? I want you to feel into this. Can you see how this encompasses both truths of like it's fiction and it's not fiction at the same time. Because it's a collective memory. It's a collective calling. It's a collective awakening. It's archetypal. All these things are in this book and in so many other things that we're judging as one thing or another without acknowledging the complexities of things, the nuance of things. So if this book is a myth, it doesn't matter if it's based on real facts or if it's pure fiction, because that's not the point. The point is, what is this awakening and calling into each of us individually, but as a collective? Why is this book so read, first of all, so known, so debated? Because it's alive. Something being alive doesn't mean that it's either all true or all lie. We need to stop that. We need to stop that. Stop. I get very angry. Because there is no truth in either extreme. Just feel that. Feel that, please. There is no truth in the extremes. There isn't. The truth is in all of it, in the encompassing of both extremes, of all versions of the extremes. Can you feel that? Honestly, I don't think this is talked about enough, and especially in the spiritual community, which I'm developing a very I don't even know, just negative feelings about. Because you see, like, when you go like into spiritual communities that hold specific beliefs, like this leader, for example, she holds beliefs about Druidism, which I acknowledge I don't know anything about, so I don't have an opinion, right? But she's so fixed in her view of Druidism and what she knows to be the truth, that everything that she sees as contradictory to that fixed reality that she created for herself, she sees as a threat. She sees as, oh, no. Do you see how this is? This ripples out into so many things. Oh my god, if I would ever create like a group thing ever again, which I don't know if I would ever do, but I could totally create like a whole year about this very topic. Exploring nuance, getting out of this duality thinking. Because just look around you. Just look around you, just look in you. Into everything. How it's designed in duality, but how the deepest truth, the highest truth, the most encompassing truth is not dual at all. But it is dual at the same time. Ta-da! Do you see? Do you see how insane and profound and mysterious that is? I have this very deep calling into holding mystery, unveiling the mystery, but also holding the mystery, you know? And I don't think I know. I know, like in my freaking womb, I know that it's not just me. It's a collective calling, that it can come through a book, it can come through so many different ways, but it's a calling. It's a calling. And this is just a tiny, 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 tiny fraction of what needs to change. But it's such a big one, you know? And it's actually a very, how can I say? Like, I've known this intellectually for a very long time, but I feel like with a lot of things that are happening this year in my personal life, I'm finally like embracing this truth. Like, I'm finally, you know, it's becoming me. It's not easy, I have to say. It's been whew, a lot of tears, a lot of tears, a lot of shedding as well, because that's what people fear, isn't it? The shedding of what they think is true. We're so conditioned to hold on to fixed ideas. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. Anyway, I feel like that's what I needed to talk about. It's such a nuanced topic and such a deep topic and so complex and so hard to talk about, because like yesterday in a call I received, oh, it was awful what I received from the leader. It wasn't what I tend to offer when I lead spaces, and some of you can back me up on that. I'm learning, still learning, okay? Still learning. I make mistakes all the time. But I'm so careful, and even more every day, about not falling into this trap of one is good, one is bad. And it's hard. It's so hard. It's painful. And I understand why people don't want to. But the truth is, if we want truly evolution, if we want evolution, we need to. Like, it's not the space to go into this, but everything, like everything that you can bring me. And you can, you know, if you watch this video and you're like, I'm gonna challenge you. I'll give you like this hairy thing. And I challenge you to find the nuance. I guarantee that I will. And if I don't have it, I will go deep into that and find it. Ha! Oh my god. Because, you know, like, it's so, I don't know. Don't even know if there's anything left to be said. But just an invitation, you know, to embrace the mysteries. For me, like the Mist of Avalon and so many other books and teachings and things, they're just a calling to something so much deeper. It doesn't matter the judgments that we have about the author. It doesn't matter the judgments that we have about the way she writes or the historical facts. I'm not saying these are not important. They are. But I'm not holding on to those things as an excuse not to go deep. And that's what people do. They hold on to the structure of things, the judgment of things, the right or wrong, to avoid seeing their own depth, to avoid seeing their own pain, because there is no depth without, you know, going through the pain in this reality that we're living right now. Maybe one day it won't be like this, who knows? But right now, it is what it is. So this is my invitation. Just let's Let's be better, people. Let's just be more nuanced. Better, when I say better, is nuanced. Let's expand our abilities to hold multiple contradictory truths at the same time without collapsing. That's so hard, isn't it? But it's so liberating. So freaking liberating. It requires so many things. It requires critical thinking. It requires a lot of healing. It requires developing different skills of intuition and so many other things. It requires a lot of transformation. It does. And it's, intense. It's really intense. But just for a second, beyond all of it, all the hard parts, all the challenges, just for a few seconds, just tune into what is possible. Either individually for your life, or collectively for everybody, or both, or even more than that. What is possible when we expand, when we release this need to put things in a box, to judge things? And I'm not saying it's gonna go away, because it's not. It's human. It's okay. It's okay. But just acknowledging it, like as it happens, because it will happen. But as it is happening, oh, I am judging this. I'm judging this as good, as bad. But what if it's both and neither at the same time? What it would look like? What would it look like? What possibilities would this awaken within us? For me, there's so many things that I see, but I can see how violence would not exist anymore. It just wouldn't. No reason for. Not in the way that we're seeing it, at least. Again, nuance. Oh my God. Okay, I've been talking for a while. If you feel from the bottom of your soul, from the depths of your soul, let's continue this conversation. Let's talk about this. I crave conversations that are not, you're wrong and I'm right, that don't come from a defensive place. Or at least that when it comes from a defensive place, the person's aware enough to say you know what? You're triggering me and I want to see this. I want to see why. I want to go deep. Right? So we'll see. We'll see what comes.